sure you can find somebody in the US to do it for you. It's probably a safer bet, but I think you can open an Interactive Brokers account in Europe too. I mean, I like this par value at $1. I don't know anything about space, so I'm not sure why I would like Rocket Lab. Where'd she go? Auto parts. SAVA, cassava. I don't know. I try to stick to what I know. I do stocks in other industries, but only for the Godel customers. Otherwise, I can't be everything to everyone. You know, I can barely. I mean, it's very competitive. Biopharma. Barely keep up with that. Let alone be the best at X, Y, or Z. Yeah, I think it's a great short at $30. SEC just fined the company $40 million. Not that we respect the SEC, but it's never good news. I can understand car parts, I just don't want to, and I don't know the industry. There are things to learn about an industry. It's not like it's... you gotta learn supply chain and all the stuff. It's not trivial. I wouldn't hedge cassava. This is a easy win. Never seen some bullshit like this. Yeah, Archer looks like a dud. But I don't know it, to be fair. Look who just decided to show up, huh? That's you. Can you guys see her? Let me zoom in on the little munchkin. Oh wait, you see my guitar amp. There she is. Hello. Hello. Look at my room is a mess. Hello, Mama. Get all my papers. All my research papers on there. I am the CEO of a software company. We make a product called Godel, and make a product called Neats as well, and a product called Dr. Gupta. You have to clean the litter box every day, sometimes more. They get really upset if their litter box ain't clean. And then they poop on the couch. DL software. Full ship. Purnir. Ship ni. Shiptar. Chka que bom. That's some Albanian. Quest was crapping on me because he said I didn't know French the other day. Quest is my internet best friend in our Discord. If you came to our Discord lately, it's been a lot of fun. We don't talk stocks there nonstop. It's, you know, more social than just talking stocks nonstop, but we talk stocks too. You really want to be a part of the Shkreli verse, you can do that. Yeah, I've got Cursor. I don't use it too much. I tried to do some work with it, but yeah, I'll use it again. My code's too complicated to just use Cursor. I was working with Torch engineers the other night. I haven't read Sapiens. Young Shkreli's probably dead. Homeless. He had some serious psychological problems. There was some crazy guy that called himself Young Shkreli. He was this crazy New York kid. We kind of like, you know, the term lolcow. He was like a Howard Stern character for us. Like Beetlejuice or something. Grid shutdown. Hell no. Default is still scamming, running his fake chat room. I think he bought a Lexus with my money. Guy's living at home with his parents. Nothing wrong with that. Just, you know, don't. He's just such a weird. He's really a sociopath. I still have to sue him. Yeah, discontinued operations. You know, when you sell a division, there's certain rules on how to account for it, but it's usually not too material. We're really trying to focus on the essence of the business, not get every number right. If you work professionally, you might want to get every number right. But if it's just your personal investment and nobody else is going to look at your work, you know, what's important is you're not doing the model just for busy work. You're trying to make money. And you're trying to understand the business. And the better you understand the business, maybe the more money you can make. And that means the financial business, that means the product side of the business, every side of the business. Yeah, I mean, if you're early in your career, it's okay to live with your parents. But don't act like you're a millionaire when you're living with your parents. Or if your mom's sick or you're married or something like that, you know, mom will live with me when I get older. When she gets older, I mean, I get married, I'll let mom live with me. Look at this. I have a really fast computer and resizing Chrome. It's a disaster. Most of these industrial companies that have factories and stuff like that are, you know, they're not that efficient. They're going to need factory workers. Those are all pretty low-paid workers. Yeah, some people do that, you know. you could have a compound and I'd have a house with just one house for my mom and on the compound that was smaller, and then my main house for me, wifey, and the kids. And my mom wants to help take care of the kids. It's great. Why not? Better than a nanny, I think. Nannies are fine, just lock in and make some damn money. Well, this is a growth stock, at least for now, for the last 3 years, so that's pretty impressive. They've been growing. Again, this chrome is just brutal. Maybe I ought to close some windows or something. I think vigilance is probably your best preservation, wealth management, but you know, a little cold, little real estate doesn't hurt. I want kids one day. I want kids now. We stand Brendan Ike. Trust me, other browsers would be even worse. It's SEC's fault, not anybody else's. We got to teach Nibbles a lesson, guys. What do you want to do? Cut her tail off? What's the game plan? I hate this cat. Eat her for dinner. Let's eat her for dinner. What else? Shave her fur. Stupid kitty. I love this cat. You can see her. Come on, Nibbles. What adventure she's off to now, but she's leaving. Thanks, Clean Tricks. I can't wait. I just gotta find a decent woman first. I have a lot of ex-girlfriends, so I can kind of just like think about which one was the best and go back with her. Now let me see here. Mira. Mira means good in Albanian. Mira Murati. I play guitar? What do you mean? Yeah, I think she was getting pretty burnt out. It's a little bizarre. That's a very little, well, never had to do a paternity test, no. Damn, XKO, that's very little. I need all those shares. Only 13,000 left. Shit. I don't know, it doesn't jump out to me as cheap right off the bat. Is there any reason this would be a growth company? I mean, car parts is pretty stagnant field. Airbags and seatbelts. Hard to get too excited about airbags, steering wheels, and seatbelts. I don't know anything about when the U.S. economy will crash or if it will crash. Target. Okay, so they're the largest player in airbags, 43% market share. I wonder if they sell to Tesla. Yeah, Carvana's crazy, huh? No, Microsoft's not a buy. Oh, there's the Renault, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Stellantis, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, all the big ones. Oh, they have major EV maker. That's probably Tesla. The major EV. Well, it could be Li or like one of the Chinese ones. Yeah, could be. Could also be Tesla. Well, this company is growing. It's growing like a... Revenue's growing like a tech stock, but it's hard to understand why. Just auto parts. Yeah, I like Tesla. I trust Elon. And the valuation's not bad. I care more about valuation than management sometimes. I care about both. You gotta care about both. And Elon's, they're both good. I don't really talk about any famous person I met or not met for respect for their privacy. Okay, so they had, I guess one of the ways to look at this. No, hold on. Okay. Yeah, this is fair. So basically, they had 500 million in cash flow, free cash flow, when in 2020, when they had a lot less sales. Maybe bonsai, yeah. You also don't want to be seen as a person that goes around saying, well, I know this person, I know that person. You know, that's kind of an annoying person anyway. So they had 500 million free cash flow in 2020. Sorry, yeah, I gotta change the ticker. Sorry, Christina. My mistake. Forgive me, please, baby. Baby girl. Okay. I just got put in my place. All right, so little Karen in the audience. Karen Bay. All right. 40% revenue growth. So theoretically, cash flow should be at least 40% higher, right? So that's like 600 million free cash flow. So that's a little better if you look at it that way. But I'm also, that's 15 times earnings. Now I respect the audience. I do whatever Christina wants. Shoot. You say jump, I say how high. You say how high, I say Method Man. That's a funny joke. Very funny. Please laugh. This is my favorite movie. Informist, good for you. Keep writing code. Listen, cassava is up. It doesn't matter. If the drug doesn't work, it doesn't matter if it's 30, 40, 50, 60. It's going to go to 1. Prime Medicines is up. I just started shorting cassava, so I have plenty of firepower. I'm going to put a lot of money in this trade. Yeah, ginkgo is cooked. Ginkgo is cooked. Ginkgo's never coming back. We're going to split up ginkgo for spare parts. Sapa 100 billion confirmed. Let's go. We're going to have the cassava right up there with Merck and Pfizer. Okay, so now you see the cyclicality of the auto parts business. Rapamycin works as a medicine, doesn't work as an anti-aging drug. You're never banned from trading. You can always trade your own money. They cannot ban you from the stock market. You cannot own shares of anything. Ever again, sir. You may not own things. 3 months, Sava will go down a lot. Most likely, assuming they're not lying. They lie a lot. Insider trading is never cool. Okay, so here's cyclicality. This is where their revenue went down substantially. And the revenue went up substantially. You know, it's you just remove the patients you don't like. Hey, you didn't do so good on this drug. You know what? You're out of the study. We don't need you. You're fucking everything up with your sickness and your health. Why can't you be like the other patients and get better? You know what? You're done. You're done. They always used to say if you want a survival of a cancer trial, you just check out who's in placebo, who's in drug, and go shoot the placebo patients. Placebo patients died a lot faster compared to Shkreli 222. Shkreli 222 increased survival substantially versus placebo. 3 placebo patients died very quickly. They were injected with high doses of fentanyl. All recruited and treated in the alleyways of Bushwick, New York. I played a league game yesterday, actually. We won. Overall survival, 3 months. Fatal gunshot wound. It would actually work. FDA would probably inspect that, but stock would go up. I don't have time to play much League, so when I play, I'm playing with... Yeah, listen, I mean, my job is to die and set up plays. I kite, I lead into the battle, initiate. That was a killer game. And I was rusty, I hadn't played in months. SBF had a bigger company and time to play League. I mean, I do other things to relax, too. Yeah, I made a hostile takeover offer for Clinuvel 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Are they doing vitiligo? Back then, they were doing erythropoietic protoporphyria, which I really liked. I see the discontinued ops here, by the way. Paralycon definitely does not play League of Legends. Plays poker. Yeah, vitiligo always made sense. But yeah, they rejected my offer. I offered to buy the whole company. It was a very small market cap, too. Yeah, I don't, gotta say, I don't love this company. You take a look at, like, average cash flow. It's like 250 million free cash flow. That's not much. So 36 times earnings for seatbelts and airbags. I don't know. Atlassian is only 25 times earnings, and they're growing 20% year over year. So this is a really... Winnie Harlow, I pass. It's really not enough free cash flow for me. it's obviously a high capex business. And I'm not sure how much more market share they can get. So like they have all the key customers. The auto market's certainly not going to be growing. It's not a growth market. It's like PCs or something, right? Ackman's a good investor. Yeah, we'll look at Cassava maybe later tonight or something. I just short common stock for Cassava. Puts are good too. Puts will probably double. Yeah, St. Pablo's good. Just because a hedge fund buys a stock doesn't mean it's a good stock. Hedge funds aren't any better than you or me. They have more time. They're paid professionally to look at stocks, but they may not. I'm not sure they're any smarter than us. They have more resources, but now take a look at gross margin declining over the years from 21% to 16%. That seems strange. Usually over time you improve margins, or certainly with higher sales, they broke into 10 billion in revenue. You know, they should be, and I don't know what caused this big growth last year. And if you look at the first half of 2024, it looks like they're going to grow, not grow, but they're going to have another big year. Maybe they'll have 600 million in free cash flow, but that's still nothing to write home about. Yeah, it doesn't seem that exciting to me. Maybe I'm missing something, and I probably am. I mean, I have to read a lot more. You know, just looking at the numbers isn't going to do you very much. It's good to set things up that way, start this way. Now you got a scaffold. You have to build on the scaffold. Oh, we're on Godel version 3.33. That's good luck. Excel exports added. Hikers now need a verified email to chat. We redesigned OPT. Let's look at OPT. Nice. What do you guys think? Is the options maybe need a little bit more work? We'll see. Is there options? This is real. I think this is real-time options, and you can see the trades. Let me see if let's try Cassava options. It's just a little weird because I'm not seeing. It's not rendering every price. That shouldn't be the case. Maybe those options don't exist or something. I don't know. It is expensive. We'll show my engineers. We got some really bright guys at our company. Just puts, just calls. Ooh, I like that. That's kind of neat. Calls and puts. But yeah, it seems a little off. But options are very important. So real-time options prices with analytics. There's yeah, something's not right here. It's all right, we'll figure it out and ship it tomorrow. Everything looks fine on the console. No volume for the day today. Okay. They should still show though. I think.
I think, you know what? I think they're supposed to show they're in a different color. And they're supposed to be like light gray. So I think that's what's going on. Probably matched it to black by accident or something. But let's see, let's look at the cassava options just while we're here. And again, I'd like to see those other ones. Didn't Abiomed get bought out? Did Abiomed get bought out by Johnson & Johnson, or am I crazy? Yeah. Shit me. Okay. Now something wrong. Can't shrink it, but I can grow it, but I can't shrink it. Okay, there's a max height. Got it. Okay, there are some bugs with options, so better design, but the data's not there yet, so we'll get there. I mean, I would gamble on these November puts. What do you think? Would you gamble on those November puts for cassava? It might come out by November 15th. We don't know. Ooh, my back. I know how to play a little piano. I'm not very good. But, I mean, if you really want risk limit, just, yeah, buy the 25 puts or the 30 puts. I mean, you're going to make a lot of money either way. Return is return. Positive return is positive return. Yeah, I think the 30 puts are basically free money. But never say never. There's no free lunch. Taking a lot of risk when you buy that. You know? What if they delay it another quarter? What if they lie? There's no way the drug works, right? What if they spin it and the spin is very effective? Very unlikely. But all of those things you have to be ready for. So don't go all in, whatever you do. It would be irresponsible. You want to stack money over the years and years and years? This one will help you. You know, you could turn 5K to 8K or 9K. You could turn $35,000 to $60,000. You know, don't jump out the window and go crazy. Look, Tobias, yeah, who knows? Maybe they will. Do they have billions of dollars? Are they going to buy bad data? Some of those people are more rational than you think. A lot of the people there who are really crazy, they're not, you know, that crazy. You can say, oh, hold on a second. I thought this was supposed to be, I thought it was supposed to work. It doesn't work. Politicians don't know anything about investing. You guys are just falling for a meme. Trust me, if they were good investors, they'd become investors. They would not be in politics. Pelosi not the best trader. You guys are just memeing. Don't fall for stupid memes. Be a critical thinker. Ask yourself more questions. Generally speaking, VC returns are pretty opaque, but I think most investors will want to know about every vintage before investing. So it'd be very weird if you said, well, let's not show you the bad year. You know, border on fraud, I would say.
Yeah, VC returns are generally bad, but some are very good. One of our investors was up 7x money over money. I heard of another guy who was up 40 MOM, multiples of money. 40x! Now, the problem with the VCs is the life cycle takes a while, right? You don't get your money back right away. It takes 5-10 years. And the marks could be, not necessarily good marks. So that 40x can become 20x or something like that. It jumps around. Yeah, man, I don't like this stock. I think at a cheap price, this is probably a good stock, but it seems very normally valued, at least only on the numbers. Let's look at the news. Yeah, forget about politicians. Put them out of your mind, man. Let's live in the real world. Fuck those people. What do you care about them? They don't care about you. They only care about themselves. So they're saying they're going to do 1.1 billion in operating cash flow. So that's a little bit more, assuming the same capex. They're getting up there in earnings, but I don't know if I pay even 18 times earnings for this, for no growth, basically. It's an okay stock, but I really wouldn't go too crazy on this one. Any special reason you're interested in this one? Just a hedge fund purchases? Well, we can look on Godel what hedge funds own it or whatever. Sevian Capital owns 10% almost. What the heck is Sevian Capital? Buyout firm or something? European public companies. Swedish investment firm. Backed by Carl Icahn. 16.5 billion AUM, pretty good. Formerly called Amaranth. What? They must have changed their name. It's just weird if they've Sevian 1 and Sevian 2, because it's like no short stock, no leverage, no proxy fights. Then they did a proxy fight. Well, it's a big fund. I just don't know what. So it's not a hedge fund. Oh, it is the largest activist firm. So they do activism. I thought they were sort of saying that they don't. So should I call this a fund or should I a hedge fund? Oh, it says the hedge fund. It's the Hedge Fund Journal. Okay, well, that's a good new hedge fund to add. We have a hedge fund file. I've not been talking much about this file. Let's just say it's on my GitHub. It's free. It's a lot of people would pay for this file, and I'm going to grow it and make it. It's preliminary. My old file, it's somewhere. I have to go find it. My old file is really good. I hope I have it lying around somewhere. I really do. Might be in my old computer. I got that over there. Maybe I'll boot that up. But I've got all kinds of hedge fund secrets in here. I'm talking about shit people do not want to see published. And I'm probably going to put it behind a paywall at some point on Godel. I think Renaissance is still goated, yeah. I don't have a strong opinion on standing desks, but Rubric? I don't know if they have them here. One sec. Yeah, those hedge fund bosses are pretty attractive to women. You want a good, easy life? Shopping all day, hanging out with the kids, going to fancy events and galas, buying any dress you want, having 50 bags and 50 shoes. That is hedge fund wife life. Not all of them. Some of them are cool. Diddy party here and there. All right, Sevian, there's Fidelity, BlackRock, Swedbank, which is some Swedish thing, Fidelity International, which we should merge that with just Fidelity. State Street, Dimensional, Mondrian Investment Partners. Menorah Mivtachim Holdings, Israeli thing, I think. Public Sector Pension Investment Board. Point State, there's an important fund. Point State. Caxton, another important hedge fund. Lancaster, I don't know. Exodus Point, another prominent fund. I forget if Holocene is a hedge fund. I don't think so. Marshall Wace, prominent fund. You get a job at any of these, you're a big shot hedge fund guy. TrexQuant, investment management. Yeah, I think I know those guys. Twin Beach. Here's Rentec. What's interesting is there's no quants in here, right? No quants, no Citadel, no Millennium. They're probably all short. I would be. I'd be short this and long something else, but who knows? The models are all over the place. Yeah, Renaissance is a tiny stake, though. 11 million, that's nothing. Volo Ridge. Yeah, but not a single Jane Street. There's Cubist. It owns a tiny bit. There's Two Sigma, owns a tiny bit. Okay, so there's Millennium. So a couple of the quants own a tiny bit, but not many. You could imagine D.E. Shaw and the other guys are all short it, but who knows? There's no good program, James. We're working on something that's really, really cool that goes way past that, so we'll see. Oh, The big ordeal for me was very expensive, but I don't sweat those kinds of things, Nicholas. This brand new software company is already worth a lot of money, so, for example, you know, it's easy for me to make lots of money. It's a blessing. I'm very lucky. Duolingo. Ultraviolet, what? We have a lot of bugs to slay. I mean, NPV is going to be just a function of the discount rate. It's just a couple more cells. I mean, they are retiring shares, which I think is pretty good. So let's see, with negative 1.5, no, 1.6. Negative 1.6, so by the end of the year, maybe we'll call it negative 1.3. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Negative 1.3, no, what did I say, negative 1.3? Oh, yes, negative 1.3. Okay. Okay. And I'm glad this happens, because this should happen more often. We've been looking at a lot of interesting stocks, but the model says 108, stock price is 94. Honestly, 8% discount is probably too low. 8.5 gets us like literally $5 away. ROICs, what's interesting here about ROIC is you have a management that's buying back stock. So if you look at their investment opportunities, there's not a whole lot they can invest in the auto parts market in terms of CapEx or buying out other companies or whatever that's going to be really accretive. But they are buying back their own stock, which is around a 5% earnings yield if you think about it that way. 20 times earnings, 1 divided by 20 is 5%. And that's a reasonable risk-free rate too. So something like that is fair. You know, unless you have an Elon Musk or something like that, your ROIC is never going to be that high. And they're only going to have cash in this year, 26. But, you know, they seem like a pretty smart management, buying and pruning the business. So it certainly can continue to grow. But, you know, if you think management's that great, obviously if you bump the ROIC, you can have a look at Berkshire. If your management is great, management can take a flat business that has no earnings growth, and turn it into something amazing. I've done it. You know, management, that's why management is so important.